what's going on? Happy Monday. I guess it is a happy Monday because if you're in Baltimore and you're a Ravens fan, you get to see one more week of meaningful football here. Welcome into the Ryan Ripken Show. Hope you guys had a great Christmas and holiday season. It is New Year's. 2026 is just a few days away. We got a lot to talk about, and specifically a lot of chaos in the NFL, AFC. Everything is on the line in Baltimore on Sunday night in Pittsburgh, but it's not the only thing we got to talk about. Who's going to be the quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens come Sunday night? That's become a debate, apparently. I got a lot of thoughts about that. Let's see. Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco are split on that decision. And then Jim Nantz, we had him on earlier this year, and it was right when the Chiefs were maybe going to turn the corner, but they're eliminated, and his words ring true here about just how wide open and bizarre the AFC as a whole is. Now, we do have Raven Nick Moore joining us at 5:30 this afternoon. We might have some other action in the works here at the 6 o'clock hour, but then after that, we'll get into some baseball because for the next big move to happen, it might have to do with the Japanese star whose posting day comes to a halt on Friday. And is that limiting the next big pitcher to go off the market? That and a whole heck of a lot more. If you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. To my left, behind the sticks, Brad, happy holidays, my friend.
What's up, man? Happy holidays to you too. It's going to be an interesting one. Some of the games next week have playoff implications, seeding implications. We've been doing this all year where we have no idea who's going to win the Super Bowl, even make it there. And my opinion hasn't really changed on that, but it is going to get exciting. That's for sure.
It really has. And Bali, hey, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. It's the most relaxed I've seen you.
I tried to tell you all. The season, it was right in front of us. The Shadur Sanders show.
No, he didn't. He tried to lose that game yesterday. He tried to lose that game.
It was always the Browns. It was always the Browns. I knew it. Never a doubt. Can't believe they did it. Real talk. Cannot. And they
without a Myles Garrett sack, mind you.
Well, and that's a whole other debate because it was pretty blatant at times where the Steelers were like, hey, we don't know if this play is going to work, but we know Myles Garrett's not going to get a sack. So there's kind of a win in this. That's a whole other debate. But yeah, happy. What a Monday in Baltimore. It just could there have even been a bigger vibe change from last Monday to this Monday? I don't think so. Because it was done last Monday. We were toast.
Wasn't looking good.
It wasn't, because it felt like this is what the Ravens season was going to be.
Yep.
Now, it also felt like everyone said, watch the Ravens go to Green Bay and win. And damn, they did.
Yeah. And
then it would be very Pittsburgh-like to clinch the division and rest your starters in Week 18 to go to Cleveland, a place that they just can't win.
They can't win in Cleveland.
In the last 6 years.
Yeah, they won one game, I think, in the last 6 years in Cleveland. And then they tied the other one.
And the Brownies with the rookie quarterback and Shadur Sanders. And I'll tell you what, I heard Tony Romo say this off the jump. He said if the Browns were going to win this game, more than likely he said, they got to try to play ahead and put the pressure on. So they got the football and they scored early. Then they got the ball back and they scored the only touchdown of the game. And that defense just put pressure on Aaron Rodgers, the Steelers, all day. The DK Metcalf effect was felt. We can get into that.
And the TJ Watt effect.
Oh, man. And now the Ravens are going to be playing Sunday night. We'll get to that. We'll get to the wrap-up here because it is Overreaction Monday here. Before we get into all that, we want to shout out Merit Clubs, by the way. They had some great deals running to end the year of 2025. It was $1 to join the rest of the year. I know they got some brand new opportunities going into 2026, but we are a few days away. So paying $1, I still think is a great deal. But if you want to wait until January, that's fine. But how do you spell $1, Zach?
MERRITT.
When I move, you move.
Just like that. Glad. I don't know why, but suddenly I was like, hope he doesn't ask me to spell January real fast because I was super committed to the merit thing. And I was like, I will. JANUAR. What? I was ready. Always stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Advice brought to you by the Ryan Ripken Show.
There you go.
Well, thank you for that. That was beautiful.
I try.
And appreciate Merit Clubs. Check out meritclubs.com for more. And we got a lot planned with them in 2026. All right, guys, let's start with this Ravens game first. Brad, I told you this on the phone. I think that was the best executed game plan on offense for the year for the Ravens.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm not saying it was the most offensive, productive game of the season, because that would be in Buffalo. That offense, week one, was humming. Overall, they could do whatever they wanted. But his game plan, execution, the Ravens with Tyler Huntley delivered better than they have all season. Tyler Huntley made plays, didn't make any mistakes. The offensive line was great. And Derrick Henry was okay too. He was only, 36 carries, 216 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Most rushing yards ever for an opposing player to walk into Lambeau Field at Green Bay.
That's a new stadium, though, right? Has that stadium been around a while?
It's been around a long time.
I think there's some history there.
Sounds pretty good. Just saying.
So it's proven when Derrick gets the ball, typically good things happen.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, I got to say there are still some issues on the defense. Malik Willis looks like he should be the next star quarterback. That's how
he is going to look so good on the Jets next year.
He might.
That was serious.
And also, by the way, talking about developing quarterbacks drafted by the Titans, didn't work out well. Go and sit behind Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur. He looked great, and you know what? He looked great against the Ravens. And the defense had its rough moments, but I'll tell you what, that 4th down stop inside the 35, huge. Mm-hmm. And then, hey, the ball off Malik's head that you recover the fumble, big play. And also Malik Willis missing the game. But, guys, there's hope here. If you're a Ravens fan, how do you not feel that there's hope going into Sunday night? Pittsburgh without DK Metcalf, that offense cannot do much. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I think all fans, Brad, I know you had thought of this, watching that game, you went, this is what happens. This is what this Ravens offense can be if we just give the ball to the king.
100%. I don't know why we haven't done this all season long. We've been clamoring for this. I know Zach has too. But just like, why are we doing this more often? Anytime. What's the record when Derrick Henry runs the ball more than 20 times in a game? I think the Ravens have lost like two games since he's come into Baltimore. Where if he touches the ball more than 20 times, near automatic W. I mean, and the man came out Saturday night and said, this is what I was built for crying out loud. So it ain't Derrick Henry that doesn't want to be out there. I just keep feeding him the ball. And if by some chance TJ Watt doesn't come out to play, which it looks like he may not, we saw him at practice, I think, on Christmas Eve in Pittsburgh. So I don't know what's going on with that. But TJ Watt, even if he does play, it probably won't be every snap. So just feed him the damn ball and just ground and pound, baby. And then after that, we're probably, if the Ravens win, they're going to play Houston. So what do? Keep pounding the ball. Keep feeding Derrick Henry. Have him carry you the entire way to the goddamn Super Bowl, because they could do it if they just keep giving Derrick Henry the goddamn ball.
I mean, it's a great game plan. And you know how you help an offensive line that's struggled for pass protection? Mm-hmm. You hand the ball off to Derrick Henry. Now,
you put Patrick Ricard in the backfield with Derrick Henry, and it's all over.
At tight end, too. I mean, look, I think overall, the blueprint is pretty simple. Now, I want to give Falele his flowers and the rest of the offensive line. It's been very documented. It's been a rough year for 77,
to say the least.
But good for him and good for this offensive line in that game. But the bigger thing is, Zach, playing to the strengths. Yeah. The Ravens, if Lamar is healthy or not, and we're going to get into that in a little bit more. If the Ravens, to your point, Brad, And Zach, what I will say to you, if the Ravens want to win, this is the style they have to win. This is how you protect your players. And quite frankly, if you do this, I think it's going to be really hard to stop them. I really do. And if the Ravens do this against Pittsburgh, they should win by double digits, even though the weirdest shit happens when they go out to play the Steelers. Always does.
Yeah, and someone put it, I forget who tweeted it, but God, it was spot on. The Ravens, when they have Lamar Jackson, they call for the offense they want. When they don't have him, they call for the offense they have, where it's like, it feels like at times they want to be this, okay, we're going to air it out. We're going to have all these trick plays. We're going to get cute. We're going to do all this stuff. And it's a lot of times it's like, hey, Lamar, save us. But it's like almost euphoric when a game like this happens and Todd Monken just borderline turns the brain off and goes into overdrive of, hey, it's cold here. Nobody wants to tackle that man who at halftime has over, I think it was like 106 yards and 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just perfect. It was the exact game plan, like you're saying, that who is the best player on the field? It was Derrick Henry. We thought it during the Patriots game. You could argue Drake May, especially towards the end of the game, but pure dominance of when they got the ball, they were getting it done. It felt like that in the Patriots game, and it sure as hell felt like that in the game against the Packers. It's just so funny. We all season, all anyone talked about was that Derrick Henry is falling off. This is, his age is catching up to him. Oh, okay, he's not the same guy. Well, Derrick Henry currently is third in the National Football League in rushing with 1,469 yards. He is then second in football in rushing touchdowns, only 2 behind Jonathan Taylor. Derrick Henry is 16. And then he leads the league in 20-yard plus rushes with 15 times he's rushed the ball for 20 plus yards in a play. The burst is still there. We saw the power. I mean, he added another vintage Derrick Henry stiff arm.
Oh my God.
Some poor Packers. The corners are just trying to cover guys, Derrick. They don't want that. Okay. They always seem so scared. They're like, oh my gosh, here it comes. But it was the perfect game plan. Let Derrick Henry take over and go from there. If Lamar Jackson or not against the Steelers, I am still a big proponent of let Derrick Henry, because I'm sure Lamar wouldn't be 100% still. Let Derrick just do his thing.
Yeah. This is the reason why you got him. We say that, he was the final missing piece. It's not even that he's the final missing piece. It's that what do you need when the weather changes? You need a closer. You need a finisher, a guy that literally rips your soul out because no one wants to deal with him. And that's why I mentioned last week when the Ravens were playing the Patriots, the person that knew that better than anybody else on that field last week against the Pats was Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
Because he's like, hey, I lived off of this. I lived off of you.
Made my career off this guy.
And you know what? He said, my thing is I'm going to give the ball to my best player. Derrick Henry's my best player. We're going to live and die by him. But if this game's close and it gets late, no one wants to see King Henry in the backfield or on the field. Because down the stretch, guys, when it still felt a little bit dicey, no one wanted to tackle the cyborg, the future Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer, and is going to go down as one of the best running backs that's ever played the game. No one wants to mess with him.
Derrick Henry needs 31 rushing yards next week to put together back-to-back seasons with 1,500 rush yards and 15-plus touchdowns at age 30 or older. Want to take a guess as to who else has done that?
Nobody.
0. Nobody else has done that, and he's 31.
And people were wondering if the running backs are dying, they're falling off.
Yeah.
I beg to differ. I think running backs now are as impactful as ever.
Yep.
Christian McCaffrey bounced back for the Niners, and they literally needed him to with all the injuries. And CMC, if you had him in fantasy, congratulations. You probably won a fantasy championship with that dude. If not, you saw the value of the running back. And you know what the 49ers strategy is? We are going to get the ball to our best player. I like the strategy for the Ravens. Even if Lamar comes back, the strategy should be
run the damn ball.
because Derrick Henry right now is the Ravens' best player. Now, this does bring an interesting argument. And this actually does floor me, though, because as I love Snoop, Tyler Huntley actually has the 2 wins against winning teams this year for the Ravens.
Playoff teams.
Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. Bears won the division. Almost could have been playing for the 1 seed next week. Tough game against the Niners. Great game. And then the Packers. But Tyler Huntley did his job. He executed. But now people are saying, well, Tyler Huntley, wait a minute. If Lamar isn't right, Tyler Huntley should be the one to get the ball and to start in Pittsburgh with the season on the line.
Yeah, well, I hate to break it to those people, but Tyler Huntley is 1-3 versus the Steelers.
And you know what? The reason why we're bringing this up, and I got some thoughts on this, is that Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco on Nightcap were talking about that exact thing, and they were split on that. So let's play that clip, and then we're going to react on the other side.
Oh,
what's up?
We put a poll up. It's closer than you think. Only 54% of the chat said they would start Lamar Jackson over the Steelers next week.
Hey, you know this is the funny one. This is the funny one. Because the fact that we have football people that enjoy the game, that have watched Lamar Jackson play, whether hurt, whether injured, whether healthy, that would actually sit him down for Tyler Huntley, who I respect. I like Snoop. I much respect to Snoop, obviously. In understanding that they won the game running the ball. It had nothing to do with the quarterback play.
Yes, it did. Ocho, don't do that.
I'm confused.
Ocho, don't do that.
I didn't do nothing.
You did.
Look, Derrick Henry ran for 2,000 yards against the Green Bay Packers.
So what about that touchdown pass? What about those timely throws? They didn't do nothing, huh? What about those timely runs?
Y'all can't be serious. You can't be serious.
I'm dead ass. I'm confused. You see,
I'm confused. You played it. You have your season on the line with a chance to not only win the AFC North, but to make the playoffs. And you talk about starting your backup. What are we talking about?
You make it seem. So let me ask you a question. If Lamar Jackson is healthy, why wasn't he starting in Green Bay?
He wasn't healthy.
There you go. That's my point.
Well, he's gonna be healthy this week.
How are you so sure?
What you mean? How I'm so sure?
How are you so sure he's gonna be healthy? Who said that? You a doctor?
No, I ain't.
Last I checked, you're not Leanne Curl. I know Leanne Curl, the team doctor.
But I can tell you this: I guarantee he'd be healthy, and I bet he play.
Ocho,
I guarantee you that.
I'm saying, Ocho, all I'm saying is that he needs to be 100% or as close as possible. Because if he's not, Ocho,
who's 100% in week 18?
Huntley. Snoop Huntley.
You mean you saying this shit sober?
Sober.
That was cinema, absolute cinema. But enough's enough. If Lamar Jackson can play, he's playing. He's your guy. I understand what Shannon Sharp is trying to say. I do. But guys, for a lot of different reasons, if Lamar is capable of doing read options and is 80%, 85% of what he can do, and the Ravens don't play him and they lose in Pittsburgh, I think a lot more people will be pissed off with that result than benching your franchise quarterback. And also from a legacy standpoint, if Lamar is healthy and doesn't play, do you know how bad that looks?
Yeah.
Like on top of this? But above all, guys, Lamar Jackson, we're talking about one of the best players in the world. I know he hasn't had the season he's hoped for. But I'm going to live and die by number 8 if he says he can go.
Here's what I will say to that. I'm with you. My hope is that he's at least 80% healthy, because if he's not, then you might as well throw Tyler Huntley in there. And the only reason I say that is because any idea what Tyler Huntley's completion percentage is this season when he's been in?
70?
77%.
Nice.
No interceptions, couple tutties. So it's not like he's just a bad quarterback, and it's like we have no other option. If Tyler Huntley's in there, it's a foregone conclusion the Ravens are going to lose this game. He was 16 for 20 in Green Bay, and when he played against the Bears, also had a great game earlier this season. So like I'm confident in Tyler Huntley if he has to go on Sunday. But if you're going to ask me if I'd rather have Lamar out there 10 out of 10 times, I'm going to say that. Yes.
Well, and I think that's where the argument's going here. Like with Shannon saying, if Lamar is banged up and can't play, or sorry, if he's banged up, period, start Tyler Huntley, who's 100%.
Yeah.
Now, if Lamar Jackson is compromised where he can't move around and he can't be Lamar Jackson to, I think, even an 80% of Lamar Jackson, then you seriously have to sit there and go, is he compromising what the season can be? Like, I do get that part. But if Lamar says he can play, and I think he's been pretty adamant about when he can or can't play, whether people like that or not, he sat out an extra week after the bye and everyone thought he was going to play. So if Lamar says he can play, I'm going to trust he's going to play, and I want him to start then.
Yeah.
And John Harbaugh was asked the question. Can we just play the clip from John Harbaugh? He was asked about Lamar real quickly. Let's play that clip.
Tyler is a real big positive, a real plus, but it doesn't factor into whether Lamar plays. If Lamar's ready to go, he's playing.
If Lamar's ready to go, he's playing. I think it's that simple. But I do understand, Zach. Like I get the argument there. But to Chad Ochocinco's point, if the Ravens were to lose in Pittsburgh because you had to make a choice, I think that'd be the most haunting situation and one of the most haunting situations in Ravens history. If Lamar's truly hurt, Tyler Huntley plays. If Lamar can play,
then he plays.
Right?
It's just their levels. And that's the thing is they're just their levels to all of it. Tyler Huntley, like Brad, you said, he can manage this game really well. He is proven to be very successful when he's needed. Big win against the Bears, big win against the Packers. Lamar Jackson's a 2-time MVP. Like, I get it where it's like, oh, the high hand. I've seen Lamar Jackson do things on a football field I haven't seen anyone else do at times. Like, even Lamar at 80%. And I will say this. It feels like, obviously it's a back injury, so you hope that is recovered. It is now 2 weeks off of his feet, not with his hamstring, with his, knee injuries, all that. So hopefully you healed that up a little bit because we know if he's got full mobility, what Lamar Jackson is. I agree with you, Ryan. If Lamar is like, I can't, the team doctors are like, hey, another week he's good, but right now, like he can't throw more than 10 yards, whatever it may be. They go with Tyler Huntley and you feel good about it. You feel good with going with Snoop. If Lamar Jackson can walk out there and give you 75%, Lamar Jackson is the star without question.
Yeah, I agree. And here's the other part. Regardless of who is the quarterback on Sunday night, guess who needs to get the ball 36 times again?
Derrick Henry.
It's Derrick Henry. Exactly. Like, it doesn't change the game plan. Your running back is the best player on the field. He should be the best player on the field on Sunday. Because even if Lamar Jackson does play, he's not the MVP Lamar Jackson right now.
No. He
could be in a couple weeks, but that cannot be expected on Sunday. But it's not a debate here. And for the Ravens, the funny thing of this whole situation, guys, each of these fan bases want change, Steelers and Ravens. And there's a good chance the loser of this game, it actually could happen.
I don't think so. I don't think Mike Tomlin goes anywhere regardless. I think if the Ravens lose this game, that you can make the argument that Harbaugh's not the head coach next year.
I think there's a lot. Time will tell on this. It's a wild situation. But above all here, maybe that should be the poll ourselves. Brad,
actually, I do have one up right now.
You do have one up? What do we got?
Staying up until midnight on New Year's Eve is overrated. True or false?
Oh, that is a good one. We're gonna have to read.
Yep.
go into that. So vote on that because we have some thoughts.
Yeah.
But you heard in Shannon and Ocho Cinco's, it was almost split. And let us know in the chat, like, who do you want to see on Sunday night? All things considered, who should be the starting quarterback for the Ravens on Sunday night? Season on the line. Win or go home.
As a reminder, we have seen Tyler Huntley in playoff games or playoff situations, and it hasn't gone well. So if you're trying to lean towards Tyler Huntley, just remember those facts.
I don't really remember that playoff game. Is that what you're referring to?
Yes.
I don't want to see. I
didn't. I said if you
look
are.
What you did to Zach.
I just remember.
I said if you are in that camp of hey, let's play Tyler Huntley. Just remember.
It took me back when you brought that up because I just remember sitting there. We go down at the 1, and I'm on the big go away weekend for this team softball, and we're all watching. And we literally all have our phones out recording to be going nuts because it was to go up 2 scores, I believe. And it's like, holy crap, like they're about to do it. Like Tyler Huntley's about to walk into the jungle and beat the Bengals. And then it's just like, and it's just silent. You see all the phones go down. And it's just watching Sam Hubbard run with my hopes and dreams down the sideline.
Bro, that was me, the Pats game. As soon as I saw the ball on the ground after Zay Flowers dropped it at the end of that game, I got my ass up and started walking out of the stadium. Just got up and started walking immediately.
So, yeah. Game plan, 22 gets the ball. Whoever it is. Back to that, because I don't want to think about goodness gracious. That Bengals-Ravens game was that defense. The Ravens defense played so well that game too.
Yep.
Oh, man. If you're going to go far in this playoffs, it's going to have to be on Derek shoulders and back and legs.
And the defense has to show up. I mean, some of the defensive plays even in that Green Bay game,
they're going to have to be at worst like they were in Green Bay, and I talked about it on the post.
At worst is a good way to put it.
They're going to at worst need to be opportunistic.
Yeah,
because I get it. Like, yeah. So what the fumble off of Malik Willis's face. You had the Marlins interception off the tight end's hands. Obviously, the 1 turnover on downs. You then have the fumble they had the turnover right there. Like, if things are going to happen, how many times has it, in a big situation, a ball hit off of a tight end's hands and fallen right between 2 Ravens, or it hits off of their hands and now it's just incomplete, or a fumble off Malik Willis's face and 2 guys fall on top of it and it squirts out and a Packer recovers it to keep the drive going. It just, if they're not going to stop them, at least Saturday was an example of if you're going to be opportunistic, you can still get away with it. But when you're handed an opportunity, especially if you're going to play the way they did, where it was like, the first Malik Willis was tearing them up.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to play like that, you better take advantage of the opportunities when you're given them.
Yeah, also, I really want to know who started Malik Willis in a fantasy football championship, because if you did,
he probably
won. But he was dealing. The bigger part is, we've said this all here, you either gotta be so damn good defensively, or you're gonna have to force a turnover however it happens. And even though 2 of them turned out to be gifts, Tune coming into the game, that was a gift of an opportunity, and then the ball off Malik's face, hey, you recovered it, you made the plays, but you're gonna have to be better when the moment arises here, especially as you move towards the postseason. Before you get to the postseason, you got to win in Pittsburgh, a place that's been tough to win for the Baltimore Ravens here. And hopefully, though, it is a win on Sunday, because that would put the Ravens as the 4 seed.
Yeah.
More than likely playing the Texans.
Ugh.
Yikes. That would also put the Steelers at 9-8.
I have some tweets already.
I was going to say, this kind of feels like the Ravens Steelers. If you're a Ravens or Steelers fan, this is your Super Bowl, because Nick listening.
He's coming back. Who knows if he's listening?
Because I don't know, not the probabilities. Let's say Vegas doesn't have either one of these teams winning the playoff game.
Hey, after this conversation with Nick, we can talk about just though why, if you are an optimist and a believer, this is the year in the AFC.
Yeah,
it really is. This is the year in the AFC for chaos to
ensue.
Yeah,
it's been happening all season.
It really has. I mean, chaos happened on Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, the Ravens were at a 4% chance. 4% chance. And then Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns save Nick Moore and the Baltimore Ravens season, just like that. Hey, Nick, if you're ready, you let me know. Okay, he's ready.
Oh,
he was hydrating. Good, he should. It's a long day for him, long weekend, long trip. But hey, he's the long snapper for your favorite Baltimore Ravens team and mine. There's only one Baltimore Ravens team, but it's Nick Moore, long snapper. I didn't want to say, where is he? Is he there? There he is. Hi, Nick.
You see? My, I don't know what's going on with my computer. It's not working.
That's
I'm on my phone.
Probably a child jumped on it.
No, they killed my hard drive. I had to get it replaced, and I haven't had success with the camera since I got it back.
How's Apex Legends been? Has that been impacted by this?
I haven't actually been playing lately. Been busy with the holiday stuff and family in and out, and my wife's on a bachelorette trip right now. She left this morning, so I'm on dad duty with my mom. So we're not a lot of video gaming going on.
Look at you. But also, you have to be focused, Nick.
I mean, I'll be honest. I think video games helps me focus more than not playing video games. So
I believe that.
I very well believe that. Some people think, reports from 5 years ago that impacts now, but maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's a load of shit. But Nick, good to see you, bud. Did you have a good holiday overall?
Yeah, Christmas was great. The first year, my oldest son was really kind of aware of what was going on and was super excited. And we had started some cool traditions and were able to have a lot of fun. So it was one of the coolest experiences of my life, getting to see him for the first time on Christmas, seeing the presents and doing the Santa Claus cookies and all the stuff that you do on Christmas. And it was truly a really great thing for a father to experience for the first time.
That's awesome, man. Did Santa eat more cookies than he should?
Santa, Mrs. Claus ate the cookies this year. Santa did not.
Oh, because Santa's body's a temple here as we move in to the final week of the season.
I don't think that's the reasoning, but could have been poor chefing on my 3-year-old's part, but Okay.
Oh, you're a good kid. Well, hey, it was a nice holiday time. Green Bay seemed cold this time of year.
Yeah, it was actually the warmest game we played in December.
Really?
Yeah, it was the warmest game we played this month. I guess we were still in December. Yeah, it was still very cold and windy, but the actual temperatures were warmest we've had. So
what was the temperature at kickoff? Now I'm curious.
It was 32 degrees at kickoff, and the actual temperature, or like the fuel temperature, was like 29, and then it actually got a little bit warmer throughout the game. I think the game finished at like 33 degrees.
Wow, that really heated up.
I mean, dude, usually you would think it's going to go from 32 to like 25, going from 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock. But the fact that it went the other direction is crazy.
We saw you dressed for the occasion.
Oh, yeah. I was, getting ready to go hunting, I guess, on my way to Home Depot.
Yeah, that is a great ad. Do we have that photo?
Yes.
Can we pull that up here for a second?
What a photo. Look at that guy. Handsome. My wife got me that for my birthday. Okay.
The vest or the shirt?
Both. She got me and the shirt. They go together. And so I wore it for her, and she likes the orange vest. So that's all that matters.
I think it looks great. And you know what? If it's dark outside,
you're going to be able to see me.
Yeah, won't miss you.
Hey, they knew I was coming. That's for sure. They could spot me from about 10 miles away.
Yeah, definitely Lumberjack Home Depot. That's something they should be knocking at your door. That's a great ad.
Yeah, I love that. You said the locker room. I guess there's some of the boys were making the Home Depot jokes. That's hilarious.
Yeah, there's a running joke that Randy Brown, our specialist coach, he started. He did like a bio, and he goes, "Which Ravens player is this?" And it was like drafted to the MLB, kind of running down my thing. And then he said 2019 when he reluctantly decided to sign somewhere other than the Ravens, and then got fired. Worked at Home Depot, and he was saying he plucked me out of my Home Depot job to get me to the NFL. There's photo. I look like I'm 75 right there.
I know.
I mean, goodness great. I know I got a lot of white, but dang, the white hat.
It's like the extra wrinkles or something.
It's Tyler Luke made that photo on it with AI. And I'm sure he said, make this guy look like he's 75 and works at Home Depot.
Tyler Luke made this?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Hard to be proud, though. I look kind of slim right there,
You're definitely thinner.
Yeah. At least he made me look like I was a little jacked, so that's fine.
I thought, every time I talk to you, you act like you're the most jacked guy on the planet. Definitely most jacked long snapper, at least.
You kidding me? No, I'm the heaviest long snapper. I didn't say anything about muscles.
You said it. And you know what? You guys weren't in the all whites, Nick.
Yeah, I know. I was thrilled about that. I mean, the white jersey this year is a little bit looser than the purple one, so it doesn't snug the belly quite as much. So it makes me feel a little bit more comfortable.
So that's why, for a lot of different factors here, it was a little bit warmer in Green Bay this time of year.
Mm-hmm.
The jersey, the Santa's cookies,
yeah,
the holiday,
yeah.
And then maybe that just the ground was hot. I don't know if you noticed, but there was a large human being that was just running up and down the field for 60 minutes. He's like 6'4", 6'3", 240. He's like you, but actually pure muscle. You know what I'm referring to?
250, bro. That guy's a tank. Ain't no way he weighs 240, bro.
What do you think Derrick Henry weighs?
If I had to put a number, I'd say like 252, 253.
Well, that's almost the amount of yards he had.
Yeah,
he almost rushed his weight
Dude,
in Green Bay.
It was crazy, bro.
Hey, as a bystander right there, or just watching this all happen, that was a record, by the way. Derrick Henry, most rushing yards ever at Lambeau Field. What were your reactions to watching that?
I mean, I was stoked because it made my job super easy. He scored 4 tutties, so it makes my job a lot easier when he's going down the field. But I love when we do that, man. Just watching those guys, the O-line guys come off the ball, receivers are blocking in the second level, tight ends are getting involved, and then just watching that dude that stiff arm, bro. I know that got involved, but dude, he threw that guy basically like almost out of the stadium. It felt like he threw him like 5 yards. That was something crazy. I mean, that guy, and that's like, that's kind of what you expect to happen every time he gets out there. And it was just so much fun to watch that. That was just old school football, man. It was a juggernaut fight out there. Those guys were big. They were physical. They had a really good, defense, bunch of ginormous human beings. I know for me, that was probably the most violent game I've ever had on field goal protection. Those boys were coming and they were hitting hard. And it was the same guys that play on their D-line and stuff. And so for us to be able to do that and rush for 308 yards and 4 touchdowns, that was something truly impressive. And it was just so much fun to watch that because that's the kind of football you love to watch. And it also controls the game. It makes the sideline experience for me a little bit more stressful because we have the ball for 8-10 minutes at a time. When you have the ball for 40 minutes in a game, I feel like I'm snapping the whole game. But it is awesome to have that happen and be able to dominate the game like that.
Nick, does the sideline like lose their mind whenever they see a stiff arm like that? Everybody just like, it's like same reaction that you had, like, holy crap, I can't believe he did that.
I feel like we had on the sideline now, anytime he gets on the corner and he's out like in space and there's a guy coming down, whether it's a safety or a smaller linebacker or a DB, like you're almost like, okay, how is this stiff arm going to go? We kind of know it's coming. I think the other guy knows it's coming as well. And it's just like he's fighting for his life and we're just all waiting to see what happens. And then when he can do something like that, where he just, I mean, that was crazy what he did. Right? That was literally crazy work. That stiff arm was just unbelievable. It definitely gets the sideline hype. And, those are the kind of plays that you love. Just like that's the kind of physical, tough football that the Ravens have been known for. And, that's just so it's awesome when that happens. It just gets juice to everybody and everyone gets fired up and defense is feeding off of it. And special teams, man, they were feeding off that same level of energy. We were dominating on kickoff cover and we were doing some really good things on kickoff return. We were just missing a couple, breaking one out. But I mean, overall, it was just everything kind of feeds off that initial physicality that the offensive line and the offense was doing. So it was a great win.
Yeah, I mean, I know the defense has to clean up some things. Malik Willis going 80 yards in 2 plays is not ideal.
No, it's definitely.
But they made plays when they had to. But in all honesty, if Derrick Henry does that and he gets 36 carries in a game, dude, I don't think you guys lose. Like I don't. That to me was one of the most perfectly executed game plan I'd seen all season. The offensive line took it personally, and no one, from what you're describing, everyone being excited, everyone's sitting there just looking at no one wants to tackle that guy. He's the best player on the field. I really think if Derrick Henry gets the ball 30 plus times, you guys are going to win more times than not. I know we talked last time, Nick. It's like when Derrick gets 20 or more.
Yeah,
the Ravens have lost 1 game when he gets 20 or more.
Yeah, we lost.
What's the stat when he gets 30?
It was the Rams game where we lost the first time when he had more than 20 carries.
Yeah,
that was the only one. And 30s, I'd honestly have to just go out on a limb here and say we've never lost if he's got 30 carries or more.
Yeah.
How many times that's happened over the last 2 seasons? I'm not sure the exact number of those, but yeah, I mean, there was a lot of criticism last week when he wasn't getting the ball. He wasn't in the game at the end against the Patriots. And I think the offense just said, this is how we're going to either live by this or die by this, because it was kind of a do or die situation. Like we had to win to give ourselves a chance to be in the situation that we're in. And they kind of just said, this is what we're going to do. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But we're going to go out swinging with Derrick Henry. And it worked out really well.
I got to tell you, Nick, too, it sounds like Derrick in his post-game messages, the presser, he's like, I'm built for this. Like, I want it. I feel like that's what's resonating through. It's like, I firmly believe Derrick Henry wants to physically carry you guys into the postseason.
No, I think so. I think, him along with the offensive line, Pat Ricard, Charlie Kolar, those guys, they want to do that, impose their will on the other team and set the tone, win the game in the trenches and set the tone for the rest of the team, throughout the rest of that game. And that's what they pride themselves on. And that's what they want to get done. And, when you got a guy like Derrick, it's you can do some pretty special things. So I would imagine, I feel like no one's going to be shocked if we try to do the same thing. I think we're going to try to do a similar game plan. That's going to be what that's our identity. We guys want to run the ball, and that's what we're going to do. So
I feel like Derrick's got to be chomping at the bit with no TJ Watt back there too.
Well, potentially.
He claims he's coming back for their next meaningful game. Well, this is a meaningful game, so we'll see.
Yeah, I think it's the game now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's this is literally a do or die. Win and you're in, lose and you're watching. So,
hey Nick, do you have anybody that you're boys with the Browns? Are you gifting Cleveland anything?
I might Oh no, I said we had a watch party over at Harbs yesterday, so we were over there. A lot of guys were over there watching the game. I said I've never been on the Shedeur Sanders hype train. I never thought he was that good in college, and I don't think he's done great so far in the NFL. But I said if he could somehow secure the win, I'm jumping on the bandwagon. So I'm on the Shedeur Sanders QB1 in Cleveland bandwagon. That was a great win by them. I mean, their defense is just
ridiculous.
I called it, and there was 8.5 minutes to go in the game. I said they're going to stop him on fourth down, and Myles Garrett's going to get the record-breaking sack on fourth down to end the game. He was close on third down. Didn't have a shot on fourth down, but he was close on third down.
He was certainly close a lot. But Cleveland now has just spoiled Pittsburgh in Cleveland. And Zach, you got to follow up?
Yeah, just real fast. First, Nick, thanks for the invite. I could have brought chips and dip or something. That's crazy.
But trespass at Harbs' house.
First, obviously, it seems like Pittsburgh and Baltimore, it always comes down to special teams. Mm-hmm. It's always a big-time kick from somebody, either the Pittsburgh or in Baltimore. Very tough to kick in Pittsburgh, notoriously hard. What's it like, and what is your guys' mindset as the special teams unit, knowing that, hey, good chance this comes down to us, and knowing the difficulties? I mean, Nate Smith over there, he's as good as it gets. So just kind of what is your mindset going into this with the expectation that they're going to throw everything at you? They're going to try to win this game no matter what it takes. And, how do you counter that?
This is the kind of the fight that we want. This is the heavyweight fight right here. Their special teams is always regarded, at least by me, as one of the best units in the league. And I have a ton of respect for Danny and the players that they have on their staff or on their team. And their schemes are really good. It's always a fun chess match against them because they are so good and so unique, and they kind of do stuff against us that they don't do against a lot of other teams. So it's always fun to go up against them, and it's a big challenge for us as a unit. We have a young special teams group, and they have a pretty veteran staff with some of our former players on, some of my former teammates on that team. So they're going to know us. We know them. You're going to be pulling out everything you can. This is the only game you got, and every opportunity we get to go out there in these environments from all levels of special teams. They're huge plays, whether it's kickoff cover, or kickoff return, or punt return, or punt, or field goal block. Man, these plays change the games in these big games like this. And so we can get a 20, 30-yard punt return, or get the kickoff to the 40-yard line, or get them tackled inside the 25. Or we can make a field goal in an environment that's going to be, it's going to be a hard place to kick. It's going to be cold. I can guarantee you it's going to be windy. The field surface isn't going to be great. It's probably going to be better than what we played this past weekend in Lambeau. That was a tough field to play on there. And so it's going to be similar to that, and it's going to be I would imagine it's going to be a little muddy, and we're going to have to get out there and take advantage of every opportunity we can, because every time, getting points in these games are huge. It's going to be a low possession game. Both teams are going to be trying to control the clock with the run game. They're going to be playing field position. It's going to be a defensive heavyweight bout, and special teams is going to be the difference maker, like it always is in these games. So I'm excited for us. I think it's going to be a great opportunity for us to build off of the success that we had last week. This past game, I thought kickoff cover had the best game of the year. So we want to see them do the same thing, and love to pop a kickoff return out. That'd be great. And LeJontay is a lethal weapon back there at punt return. So if you can get an opportunity, their punter played really well against us. The last time we played them, had some really, really great punts, honestly. So big test for them. And then punt team, as always, man, they're one of the most exotic and best punt rush units in the league. So I'm ready to rock and roll, and we got to get out there and Jordan's control the field position, win that battle, and then protect the punt and try to minimize the return game that they have, because they do have a really good return unit. So it's going to be a great battle, and I'm excited to get it done. And Pittsburgh's my favorite place to play, man. Sunday night, this will be my first time playing at night there. It's going to be the most electric environment I've ever been in. I can go ahead and guarantee that. And that fourth quarter Renegade is going to be sweet. So I can't wait for it. It's going to be a hell of a game. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And then real fast.
Yeah.
Do you know how many packs of gum Danny Smith goes through in one?
He's got to go through a lot.
Sideline.
That man chews some gum now. I talked to him the last time they came to our place a couple weeks ago, and I couldn't even hear him. Like
he has like 7 pieces in at all times. He'll flash over and he's throwing more in.
Hey, that's his thing. That's how they work a proper unit. So Nick, you got to have your thing. Okay.
Yeah, I don't
figure out what that is.
I don't know. I don't chew gum like that.
You need to double his gum this weekend.
Make it painful. Nick, you have so much on the line here. It's not only that you have a chance to send your team to knock your rival out and go to the postseason, host a playoff game in Baltimore. You have a chance to ruin Rocco DeSangro's life. And I mean literally ruin his day, night, year. Yeah. And he wants to talk to you for a second.
Oh, geez. Oh, geez.
Hi, buddy. How are you?
How are you, man?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm great, dude.
Beautiful hearing you talking about just playing in Pittsburgh at night and all the good thing that comes with it. And
I give credit where credit's due, man. They do a hell of a job, man. The fans are awesome. The traditions that they have are sweet, and it's my favorite place to play in the NFL outside of the bank.
You're such a professional, man. It's just like so great just talking with you and just
my opinion. I've always said that. I tell everyone that wants to go to a game, I'm like, if you want to go to a real experience, Baltimore in Pittsburgh in December or January. There's no better environment in football.
I'm talking about the way you talk to me. It's very professional because I know what you really want to say to me.
A load of shit
every
between the two of you.
Yeah, this is like a Belichick and I don't know, like just trying to talk up the opponent, and then he goes in and kicks their ass. And then talks all the shit.
My goal here, because obviously I'm not playing in the game. I mean, if I could, I would, but
you can't.
It is what it is.
No chance.
But the last thing I want to do is give Nick any ammo because I just don't want to do that. So I'm playing it safe right here. I'm just doing my thing, and I wish my buddy, my good friend, the best of luck on Sunday night. Hope it's a great game.
It's gonna be fun, man. I love it. It's gonna be a battle. It's gonna be an absolute battle. It's gonna be a war out there. So I can't wait.
So okay, time out.
It's not gonna be a real war, but it's gonna be a war.
Time out. So this is honestly like when you see a report, and there's also, for me at least, being in this vantage point, there's like video cameras everywhere, and the report comes out of like, oh, it's on camera, it's documented, and then hey, comments on that. Oh no, we have a lot of love and respect, and it's great. I love that guy. Well, would you care to talk about this evidence?
Listen, we'll see how Nick plays when I buy tickets right behind the Ravens bench on Sunday night and talk as much shit as humanly possible in his ear.
You got to get the tickets they have that little section kind of like we do where it's like actually on the field.
Oh yeah.
It's right next to where we snap on the sideline.
Dude.
I think it was in 2022 they had Wiz Khalifa there. And so I was like standing I snap probably this far from that wall where the seats are. So I'm like right next to it. And it was a lot of fun. It was cool to meet him, talk with him for a couple hours during the game. And if you got those seats, man, I think it would be a fun little match there.
Nick, listen, do you think I have that kind of money, number one? And do you think there's just no shot? There's no shot anyone in their right mind would put me that close to the field, number two, even if I did have that kind of money. So
I don't even know. They probably reserve those for the giveaway stuff.
More important people than me is what you're saying. That's a political.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
Could you imagine the breaking news and it's like another player fan fight?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And it's just Rocco and Nick going at it on the
field. Nick Moore suspended.
I would be doing my Monday press conference in a blazer with the hat on like this. It's like ready to go. I'd be like, you know what? What I did was I called Nick by his government name and he got really mad. I said, Georgia stinks. And I just tried to get under his skin the best way possible. But that's it. I didn't say much more. And he grabbed me, punched me, and that was it. So
I did not call that man a Home Depot worker.
Talk about fighting words right there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, let me be clear. Let me be clear. I did not call him a Home Depot worker. And then you got to reference him by name. Yeah. Nicholas, all I want is an apology.
Yeah. That's what I'd say.
Oh God. Okay. Well, Nick, Rock, we'll see you a little bit later on. Nick.
Oh, you're kicking me off the show? What the hell is this?
Yeah, because we got Luke coming on here for a second.
All right. That sounds good.
Yeah. Don't be so disappointed.
Goodbye.
Okay. Hey, Nick. You okay? Does that make you emotional?
No, I got the sniffles, man. That's what happens when you have kids. We're sick all the time.
Okay. Well, better not pop up on the injury report. Okay.
Questionable.
I've been running this cough and runny nose for like 2 months now, so we're just thriving, dude. When your kids start going to school, man, it takes them a while to build up their immunity, and they just get sick every day.
Well, you know what? You need to be.
That's why I'm
whatever it is. Be ready.
Hydrating.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Nick, hydrate up. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, babe.
Welcome to week 18, where it's all in the marbles. I'll probably talk to you later on tonight. Hey, thanks for joining us.
You can't forget to mention we're going for the three-peat for the first time ever as division champs in Baltimore.
Oh, there you have it. You said it.
Hit that. So if we win, it'll be a three-peat, and it'll be the first time. So
that's great. You know what? Don't talk about it. Be about it. Okay.
I mean, that's what Sunday night's for.
I think actually that's the first time that's happened in the AFC North since it's in its current form.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know.
But
that.
I don't want to hear you talk about it. I want you to do it. Okay.
Well, can't do anything but talk about it till Sunday at 8:20.
There you go.
Okay, that's fine. Be about it. Just like I hear with Georgia football.
Hey,
don't talk about Georgia football. Be about Georgia football. Okay.
You just hear me bark. I'm about it.
What was that?
My dogs. Yeah, you heard me.
No. Can you do that again?
It happens. You can run it. You can play it back you can watch the replay. That will not be a clip. Right. Yeah, I will refuse to have that as a clip.
Hey, at least it wasn't some sort of like man clip about you and other men.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we got a good clip. We had a lot of clips for you, Nick. You're a good kid. I'll talk to you later on, okay? And I'll do the politically correct answer on this. Hey, good luck on Sunday, friend. That's
Thank you.
Good seeing you, Nick.
Love you, Nick.
Love you guys. See you.
Be safe. Oh, he's a good kid. Well, if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. That was Nick Moore, long snapper for the Baltimore Ravens. Good kid. I'm excited for him and the Ravens. He is right. They are going to go for the three-peat. That'd be AFC North history. We'll talk a little bit more about history and where things are going to go. Luke, if you're good, can you hear me behind the scenes? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Uh-oh. I don't know if Luke can hear me or not. Luke, can you hear me? Not Rocco. Let me see.
Fucking Rocco.
Let me see. Luke, can you hear me? Well, while we get it sorted out here with Luke to come on, he's been a beat reporter for the Ravens and for WNST. He's been around. He's been watching the Ravens in and out, and there are a lot of storylines around this overall. Because we did talk about this. The storyline that people still are talking about is that Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh, this Lamar Jackson article coming out of nowhere in some cases, or maybe it came out of somewhere. I don't know, but the timing's always interesting. Did you guys see Adam Schefter talking today on the Pat McAfee show?
No.
So apparently he was talking about that one of them could step away after this game, depending on what happens. So I'm really curious to see what's going to happen there. Overall, what happened?
I was expecting a different name to pop up.
Just the wild Kevin Ostraker showing up in the background.
We got a lot here. Well, maybe I'll take a quick second here.
The band's all here.
Take a deep breath as we get ready. But overall, there are a lot of conversations that need to be had. And I think, Luke, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Better now? Give me a thumbs up. You're ready. Boom. All right. He's been covering Baltimore sports here for a while with WNST, but he's been on the beat there for the Ravens. There's a lot of history going on. So let's welcome in Luke Jones. Luke, can you hear me now?
I can hear you, Ryan. What's up, man? Happy New Year. This is the weird time. Do I say Merry Christmas? Do I say Happy New Year? Or do I say both? I guess I just did.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
That's why people say Happy Holidays.
There you go.
Happy holidays.
I guess I could have just gone
poll,
with that.
though.
Yeah,
Luke,
I was just about to ask if we should bring this up. We didn't bring it up with Nick. Luke, what's going on, man? So we actually have a poll. We have polls that are unrelated to sports because, you just got to break it up. But today's was staying up until midnight for New Year's is overrated. True or false? What say you?
I mean, it's probably overrated, but I still do it, right? I mean, I'm 42 now, so it's tougher and tougher to stay up to midnight just in general, right? I mean, I used to be a guy that stayed up till 3 a.m. and, I'd look at the clock and be like, oh, I guess I should go to bed now. Now I fall asleep halftime of Monday Night Football, so. But, yeah, I'd say it's a little overrated, but it's fine. It's fun.
Yeah, I don't know when that turns. I think Zach's in that age right now where you're going out.
Yeah, I still stay up.
Yeah.
You still stay up.
I stay up. I said go out. Like, I think if you're out and you're about and you're celebrating Happy New Year.
Yeah. No chance I'm doing that.
No.
Luke, I'm about ready to turn 40, so I'm with you on
man. I mean, it's a mindset. I'll say I had a tougher time turning 30 than I did 40, but it definitely it catches up with you. Like, you're hungover for 2 days if you have one drink.
The recovery time is brutal.
Oh man, Luke, we went to Radio Row last year, and I'll tell you what, the hangover was real. And I'm 32, and I was feeling it for a few days. Don't you nod?
Yeah, and the old guy was still the first one up in the morning.
Well,
that's usually how that goes too.
Yes, we were celebrating Zach. It was his birthday.
We were celebrating Zach. That's right.
It got out of hand. It was just we kept on ordering the most because we got all the tourist drinks, the hurricanes, what else do we have?
We had everything.
Hand grenades.
New Orleans hand grenades, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I did that once upon a time. I immediately regretted it, but yeah,
Well, hey, you know what, Luke? 42, 32, 40, 25. I think we've all been watching the Ravens for quite some time. You've been right on the beat of this for a long time. There's a lot of parts that are popping up here, and it always seems to happen when there's struggle. I always like to say winning cures almost everything, but when you lose, things come out of the woodworks. And there's been a lot the last week, right? So from the Ravens losing to the Pats, we saw an article that Mike Preston released from the Baltimore Sun. Since then, the Ravens won. Now, Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh, both fan bases, if you talk to them, they want change. Adam Schefter reported today that that could happen. From your eyes, is it this much dysfunction when you've been covering the team, or is it more just the proponent of underperforming and needing a change, if that makes sense?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's dysfunction nearly as much. I mean, these are subjective terms, right? And, you mentioned Mike Preston's report. And look, I've known Mike a long time. I have a lot of respect for Mike. What I'll say on anything like that, what that comes from someone who's covered something for a long time, to completely dismiss it. I mean, you can certainly talk about how something's presented, the timing of it, anything like that. With anything, not just talking about that with Lamar. But, with something like that, I would say I think it would be equally naive to completely dismiss it all as fabrication as it would be to say that Lamar Jackson is the biggest problem that plagues this organization, talking about a 2-time MVP, right? The truth lies somewhere in those two extreme ranges, right? So, but to bring it back to John Harbaugh, because you asked about Harbaugh, I've thought about this for a couple years now. I mean, we've seen the Ravens. I've called them regular season royalty from Lamar Jackson's first full season as a starter. I mean, they were 14-2, what 12 in a row to conclude that regular season until they lost to the Titans in the divisional round. And they've been so freaking good in the regular season, but it just has not translated. And certainly Lamar has bared the brunt of the criticism and blame for that, which I understand to a point as a franchise quarterback. But he certainly hasn't been alone, because we can look at coaching decisions that, whether it was just plain wrong or just up for debate, Lamar's teammates. I mean, Mark Andrews last year in Buffalo, Zay Flowers fumbling across the goal line against Kansas City 2 years ago. But, to talk about specifically with John Harbaugh, when you have a team that has succeeded and played at such a high level in the regular season, and it doesn't translate, and it's not translating multiple times to break through. I mean, we're talking about one AFC title game appearance, right? And I'll hear the Kansas City thing, because Josh Allen in Buffalo, they're having the same exact conversations, right? In terms of their not breaking through in January. And we'll see about Allen this next month. But I have wondered, especially for this year, and the way that there's been a perception of such underperformance. I mean, everyone and their mom was picking the Ravens to at least go to the Super Bowl, if not win the Super Bowl. Vegas overwhelmingly had them as one of the favorites. So when you see that, and again, how much of it's dysfunction, I think it's just a lot of frustration. And you're trying to figure out, okay, what can change? What moves can we make? What haven't we done here? And I kind of go back to Andy Reid in Philadelphia years and years ago. I mean, this is a guy who took the Eagles to 4 straight NFC title games at one point in time, took them to a Super Bowl. And it got to a point where, 2011, 2012, it kind of felt, like, has this run its course? Would some change be good for both sides here? And I'm not even saying that the Ravens should do that. And honestly, my opinion, your opinion, anyone listening right now, Steve Bisciotti is the only opinion that really matters here. If Steve says I'm not making a change, they're not going to make a change. But I would at least hear the argument that maybe a change of that magnitude in an effort to bring out maybe the best version of Lamar in January, the best version of this team in January, this year specifically. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. They've gone in slightly in the wrong direction last year from not getting back to the AFC title game. And certainly they've gone in a bad direction this year. And I get it. They'll have a chance to make the playoffs Sunday night. And if they make a run, then we'll be laughing about this 3 weeks from now. But if they don't do that, and you're kind of looking at this thing and saying, okay, the Cleveland Browns gave them a late Christmas present, does that really, quote, save John Harbaugh if John Harbaugh needs to be saved, right? Again, so I struggle with it. That's like kind of a long-winded way of saying I don't, I struggle with that. But at the same time, why haven't they been able to break through in January? And why has this season specifically been as disappointing as it's been? I mean, the headliner is Lamar Jackson not being right. I'll hear that, but I don't think you just shrug your shoulders and not react to the underachieving at all. So the one thing I will say about it is I'd be surprised if it's a scenario where Steve Bisciotti just says, John, you're out. Because I think there's such a deep respect and affinity there. I think it would be much more of a, is there an exit strategy to talk about here? Is there an opportunity that would excite you elsewhere? I mean, he's got 3 more years left on his contract extension. Eric DeCosta loves value, right? If the Ravens were thinking of making a change, I think a trade possibility would be a no-brainer scenario. You ask John, hey, these are the 8 jobs that are open. Who are your 2 favorites? Who are the 2 favorites, and where would you be interested in potentially going? Again, this is all hypothetical, right? I mean, they're preparing for a AFC North title game on Sunday.
They got a lot. They got a lot to still play for now. And
exactly.
Overall,
but I think it's this conversation. It's at a point now where I think it's at least there's at least entertaining the possibility of it, and I would leave it at that. And I say that with a lot of respect for John Harbaugh, who's had a heck of a run. I mean, 18 years in one place in the modern NFL, that was impressive 40 years ago or 60 years ago, let alone in 2025. So I'm certainly not going to sit here and throw dirt on him, but I think that's at least a conversation or at least a thought that I would think is going through Steve Bisciotti's mind, even if ultimately he decides, John's my guy, we're staying put here.
Yeah, I mean, overall, at the end of the day, it's about trying to make that next step. And I mean, I love Harbs. Been good to me over the years. You mentioned, I think the Andy Reid reference. I mean, Zach, I think you might have brought that up, or Brad.
Yeah.
That feels very similar. Now, I think Andy Reid is one of the best offensive-minded coaches we've ever seen. John isn't necessarily being focused on as a offense or defensive specialist.
He's from that tree, though.
But he's from that tree. You know, I think above all, I think if you were to ask Ravens fans moving forward, if they don't get over the hump, something would have to change. I think that's an honest conversation to have. But I'll tell you what, Nick Moore was just on, Luke. I don't know if you heard that. I think fair to say if the Ravens are going to not make the playoffs or lose in the postseason, it's got to be at the hands of Derrick Henry getting the ball 20, 25 times. 36 sounds pretty good. I like that number, Brad.
Yeah.
I mean, Luke, I feel like that is the blueprint. If the Ravens are going to win, healthy Lamar or not, Derrick Henry, if he gets 30 carries a game, I feel it's going to be really hard that the Ravens are going to lose that one.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly think for Sunday night. Now, you know, if we're talking about potential matchups, like if they win, and then we're talking about the first round or the playoffs, I mean, I think there's certainly some debate about whether you can just continue to ride that all the way to a Super Bowl. Because if that were the case, the Tennessee Titans would have had a couple rings, right? I mean, with Derrick Henry all those years. But I certainly think that's the plan for Sunday night. I mean, we heard from John Harbaugh today. He said Lamar's status is to be determined. He said we'll have a better idea Wednesday. And sure, that could be some coach speak, and he's not going to just broadcast it one way or the other. But at the same time, when you get into week 2 for a player that's missed time, when you're talking about coming off of an injury, you can have a scenario where that guy doesn't practice that first week, doesn't practice all week, and then can play on Sunday. When you start getting into the second week, the third week, the fourth week, it's much easier to read it. I mean, is he practicing, right? Is he out there on the practice field? To me, there was, you know, in a vacuum, I didn't necessarily expect this by any means, but there was at least a non-zero chance that Lamar could not practice last week and still play in Green Bay. I don't think that's an option this week. You know, you get to the point where you're further removed from an injury. You've been sidelined longer. You've got to get your game clock back in any sport, you know, when you start having a longer layoff. But whether it's Lamar close to 100%, which, you know, I think that would, you know, I mean, how close was he to 100% prior to this latest injury? Mm-hmm. Or if it's Snoop Huntley, I mean, yeah, I think that's got to be your approach. I think that, you know, I've seen a lot on social media about, you know, and I think it's kind of an obtuse question without acknowledging some conditions to it, where people are saying Lamar Jackson or Tyler Huntley. The question is really Lamar Jackson at a diminished version of himself, where maybe he doesn't look great in practice, but he's determined that he wants to go, compared to healthy Tyler Huntley. That has some nuance and at least some level of question to it. But to me, I mean, I don't know if it's going to be 36 times again. And Derrick Henry, despite what we all might think sometimes, is human. And I think that does take a toll. I mean, the idea that if you're going to try to give them 30 plus in these next 4 games, if they're trying to get to a Super Bowl and all of that, I think that might be a stretch. But I think we all, I mean, I've been lousy picking Ravens games for most of the season. But the one thing that I predicted, which I'm sure a lot of people did going into Saturday night's game, was it was at least going to be a season high for carries for Derrick Henry. Ended up being a career.
Certainly was.
So I think you're certainly looking in that direction again. But it's also going to come back to the O-line. I mean, Derrick Henry was phenomenal on Saturday night. Don't get me wrong. But the O-line hasn't blocked like that all year long. They haven't been that physical at the line of scrimmage all year long. There have been games this year where they've tried to really keep feeding Derrick Henry, but he gets 1 yard on first down, and you're in second and long, or you're in third and long. You know, their success rate running the football has really ticked up. I mean, it was about 5 weeks ago, it was probably like 26th in the NFL, and now I think it's up to 13th. So the volume stats have looked awesome all year, but it's that down-to-down consistency that I feel like they're starting to figure out a little bit more. So Pittsburgh Steelers, I mean, we saw what happened last December and January with Derrick Henry running the ball against them. I mean, and if it is Tyler Huntley, or if it is a less than 100% version of Lamar Jackson, no, you want to throw the ball when you don't have to throw the ball, right? You don't want to be in third and long with Tyler Huntley. Tyler Huntley's the guy that you do what they did on the first play of the game last week in Green Bay, play action to Mark Andrews, and they got a nice gain, and then they leaned into the running game right after that. Those are, you keep Huntley in third and short, second and short situations, and he's not going to push the ball downfield, but that you run the ball as effectively as they did. I mean, everything's just so much easier. It really is, including your defense, which that's another topic.
No, gosh.
I think that Henry running the ball, I mean, that's it would be, again, I'm not going to say 36 carries again, and I think Pittsburgh is going to have a lot more to say about it than Green Bay, because I don't think Green Bay went into that game wanting to tackle Derrick Henry, and I think it's a big part of the battle is you've got to have the right mindset, and then you still might not be able to stop them. But
yeah,
they, I don't want to use the soft, but their defense kind of was soft on Saturday night, and I mean Derrick Henry ran wild, obviously.
Oh, for sure. I mean, at the end of the day, the common theme for this Sunday, Derrick Henry needs to be the focal point. Because if he is, and he's the best player on the field, which he has been, in my opinion, the last 2 weeks, Ravens are going to win this game. They're going to win the AFC North, and they're going to host a playoff game. Well, Luke, maybe as we move forward into the postseason, into the offseason, we'll have to have you back on. But for anyone that's not aware of your work, or where can they find you in the meantime?
Yeah, you can follow me on social media at Baltimore Luke, and you can check out my work at BaltimorePositive.com.
Well, hell yeah, Luke. Well, hey, get some rest on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, okay?
I need, for like the little kids, they do the 9 o'clock New Year's, right? They do the early countdown. That's perfect for me. I'll just go to bed then.
Yeah, I mean, just celebrate the New Year's in Europe.
Yeah,
in England, right?
There you go.
6 p.m. Perfect. Amazing. That's what it'll be. Well, Luke, appreciate you, man. Thank you for your time. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to
look
you.
Forward to talking to you in 2026.
All right. Take care, Ryan.
Thanks, Luke.
Luke Jones, everybody. Derrick Henry, it is true. He is human, but he really, I don't want to see him break down.
Yeah.
But man, if Derrick doesn't have a big workload in the game versus Pittsburgh, can you imagine?
Well, look, he hasn't had one really all season long. Not like that, where like he's had to carry the team. And what better time to do that than the end of the year? You've been essentially saving him up for stuff like this, and then now's the time to get it done.
Oh yeah, it's interesting. Derrick Henry right now going into the game against the Packers. You guys want to guess how many carries he had? Most carries in a game?
26, I think it was.
Yeah, I was gonna say 23.
25.
Ah, damn.
One game at 25. Actually, going into this game,
was that the loss? Was that the Rams game?
That was Pittsburgh. So the Ravens have lost 2 games now when he's had 20 or more carries. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's had 5 games this year prior to Saturday night's game against the Packers with 20 or more carries. And the Ravens in those games, which is different, they are 3-2 in those games. But one of those games was against the Chicago Bears in a victory, and the other one was against the Green Bay Packers. And actually, Derrick Henry, over the last 3 games, 3 straight 100-yard games. I think the guy's ready. I think he's ready to make it lock and loaded for a playoff push. So if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Before we check in on Kevin Oysterstrucker, the poll right now, Brad, where are we?
I ended that poll, and it ended 75 overrated, 75% overrated. Out of 60 votes, 75% people said
I
that.
feel if it's a good party, I'm up. I am. But if I don't have a plan, which is right now, I don't have a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good night. I'll see you. You know, I
You're
stay
up till
late.
2 a.m. anyway.
I'll tell you what, on the honeymoon, your boy was falling asleep early. Maybe because I just had less on my mind.
Or you're jet lagged.
Maybe I'm jet lagged. It's probably that. I'd wake up and I'd probably text Zach at like 4 a.m. my time.
Yeah.
Maybe even you, but then I was surprised when you're awake.
Yeah, I know. I think I was awake till 1:30 one night.
Yeah, you were watching
Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Yeah, one time he just texted me. It was like 6 a.m. his time, so it was like 1 or midnight. He's like, "How'd the show go today?" And I'm like, I'm like, weren't you just texting me about it? And he's like, "No, I was asleep during it." I was like, "All right."
I was in mid text and then I knocked out, but that's just the way it works. But I'm back and we're back here, and it's going to be a great 2026. New to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Ryan Ripken Show. We are on YouTube, X, Facebook, and then on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcast. We upload that later on. But he's behind the scenes. He's locked on Kevin. He's locked on Ravens, though, is his day-to-day job. And he's Kevin Ostreicher. Kevin, working mic?
I hope so. Hello.
Hey.
First try. Always first try.
Always first
look,
try.
Look at me go. But yeah, good win for the Ravens. Good loss for the really. I mean, they went 5-0 this week. You know, the Browns, they are out of the contention for a top 2 pick now, and Bengals, they won, so their draft pick got worse. For those who don't want to play Josh Allen, assuming the Ravens do win, you got to win that game first. But assuming they do win, you don't want to see Josh Allen. Bills drop down to the 6th seed, so.
Yeah, but I think I'd rather see Josh Allen than the Houston Texans.
I agree. I agree with you.
Yeah, does anyone want to see the Texans right now?
No.
That offense, yeah. That defense, no.
Yeah.
No.
Well, not even. I mean, the Bills don't have the Nico Collins either. So.
True.
That's very true.
The thing is with the Bills, if James Cook gets cooking, they're tough.
Yeah.
They are like, they should have won that game yesterday at home. They didn't, but they've also gone on the road against the Patriots down 21, and they won and won that game. So Kevin, Zach,
real fast, just because you brought that game up yesterday, I already know Kevin's answer. We've vehemently disagreed.
Yes, Zach disagreed with me.
Yesterday, Bills go for 2 to win the game. What are your thoughts? Good call or bad call?
Kevin.
You're asking me?
No, I already know Kevin's answer.
Yeah, I thought you were asking them.
Oh, I thought the play call actually was good. Josh Allen just missed the throw
by a lot.
I think all momentum was in Buffalo's hands. So I would have kicked the extra point if I was Buffalo. Now it got blocked earlier. That's why they had to go, or sorry, that's probably was in the back of their mind maybe, but I would have gone for the extra point. Brad?
Oh yeah, I would have gone for the extra point too, for sure.
And Kevin disagrees with all of us, but
I like going for 2. I like going for 2.
You would help them to 17 yards in the second half.
Yeah, 17 yards. The Eagles' offense is terrible. It's such a head scratcher for me. Why is that offense so bad?
It's good, it's great, and then it's non-existent.
Saquon Barkley hasn't run for shit this year. Like, I don't understand what changed. Why it seems like all the pieces are still there that won that Super Bowl. I'm very confused at the Eagles right now.
Offensive line's been banged up overall, but the fall off regardless has been astounding.
I think a lot of people also are upset with their O coordinator.
Yeah,
Patullo. I think people do not like him. So,
I mean, the Super Bowl hangover really hit them. I mean, they won their division, but whatever.
I still think they're a tough out in the
NFC
NFC
for sure,
defense.
for sure. Yeah. But it's just like definitely not the same team as last year, even though most of the talent's still there.
Well, I think this kind of leads into this conversation because the NFC, you can tell the top teams, but the Eagles did beat the Rams, who some still think are the best team in the NFL, even though they won't be the 1 seed. They'll be going on the road. Seahawks or 49ers are going to play for the 1 seed on Saturday night. The NFC is a lot more top heavy than the AFC. But honestly, guys, we care more about the AFC right now. Why? Because the Ravens are in it. And for the first time in years, I really cannot remember a time where it has been this wide open. And actually, we had Jim Nantz on a month ago, and Jim Nantz even said that this is bizarre. So why don't we play that clip and we'll react on the other side. Strange year. Is there anything that reminds you over the years of what we're kind of seeing right now, that there truly is no favorite, in my opinion, throughout the entire National Football League?
I've never seen anything like it. First off, I've never truly, and I've been calling NFL games since the late 80s, over 500 now. That is so upside down, and that's not to disparage the people that are on top. And I don't know what to chalk it up to. Some of it's injuries. I mean, I really don't think, in your case there in Baltimore with the Ravens, the health issue is so massive, so significant. That explains that. Kansas City's a different story. I mean, Mahomes has been upright the whole year. Travis hasn't missed any games. Rice joined them late because of this. With Kansas City in the rearview mirror on them, and maybe not even in the playoffs, where they've got to say to themselves, hey, we're going to go on the road now as a wild card team. They're not out of the division yet. We got to go on the road now, and we got to go play New England again on the road, or at Denver, wherever, or at the AFC South champion. No, we can handle this. They've got to be thinking that. So I think the playoffs going to be really bizarre. I don't know that's going to go according to seed. And I think one of these teams, and it could be the Ravens, you get Lamar healthy and get this team on a little bit of a roll, they're going to be a tough out. And these young upstarts that are, with rosters that haven't gotten the experience of being in the postseason, it's going to be a big assignment for them.
So we're going to go around the table here in a second, but Jim Nantz, I agree. I think it's the most bizarre AFC I can imagine. Because here's the thing, and I know, Brad, who your favorite is, and Kevin, I'm curious who yours will be, and Zach as well. But let's play this out for 1 second. If the results hold, and let's hypothetically say Baltimore beats Pittsburgh, and even if they don't, it's Baltimore or Pittsburgh in the 4th spot. Right now, that team would play the Texans. Texans might be favored. The Texans, no doubt, could win that game. In previous wild card years, you felt that a team going on the road to win, it felt like there was no chance. Like last year, Buffalo playing Denver in Buffalo with Bo Nix, it felt like, oh, it's a great story for Denver. They got no shot in the world. They got blown out of the water.
Yeah.
This year, if the Patriots are the 2 seed, they play the Chargers. I think that can be a very tough matchup. And by the way, the Chargers beat the 1 seed, the Broncos, already this year. The Broncos, every game they played has essentially been close. The Patriots were down 11 to the Baltimore Ravens just 2 weeks ago. The Patriots blew a 21-point lead at home to the Buffalo Bills. Now, the Jags are humming, right? But the Jags just survived a win in Indianapolis, and I love me some Phillip Rivers. But the Colts were cold. They're not, like, Daniel Jones went down, this team sunk. People could argue they were sinking beforehand, but they walk away limping with the victory, 23-17. So when you look at all of these road teams, Buffalo could go beat Jacksonville if Josh Allen and that run game gets going, or if the Chargers are the 6th seed. Fellas, if you had told me, if you pick your favorite here, I would say I would believe you. So maybe we'll start with that. Brad, I know who your favorite's going to be, but make your case. Like, who is the favorite here?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, and I've said it, I think I said it last week, that I thought the Jaguars were going to be the team to beat in the playoffs, and I still stand by that. Despite the win, they still found a way. And the Jaguars have done a lot of getting in their own way, much like, Ravens fans know what that's like this season. And even though it was a close game, maybe closer than people thought, they at least found a way to win, and that's something that we actually hadn't seen from the Jaguars in the first half of the season. They're really turning it on. They are 12-4. Trevor Lawrence is playing out of his absolute mind, and even in that game yesterday, he played incredible. So, Trevor Lawrence, lots of questions surrounding him all the way up until the last 8 games of this season, and he's looking really good. The defense looks great for the Jags too. I just think that they're the most. You want to talk about the most balanced teams? Usually end up going pretty deep in the playoffs, and I think out of all the AFC teams right now, they are the most balanced team out there.
And you know what? I can't argue with the fact that the Jags have been battle tested. They did go to Denver and win by 2 scores. They did beat the 49ers earlier in the season in San Francisco. They did lose to the Bengals when Joe Burrow went down early on. They did lose to the Seahawks, who are the number 1 seed at the moment. Annihilated by the Rams over in across the pond.
Always put an asterisk on those games.
And they annihilated the Chargers 35-6 at home. And yet they've also had some games where they survived the Arizona Cardinals, where Trevor Lawrence made some brutal mistakes. They survived the Colts. And they did lose to the Houston Texans. Zach, you got a favorite in this bunch?
Yes, I do. I'm going to take the cop-out answer. I still think it's the Buffalo Bills. I said before, if the Buffalo Bills can't win it this year without Patrick Mahomes, they're the biggest disappointment in football because, they've beaten the Ravens in the playoffs. They've proven that the one
multiple
team.
times.
Yeah, the one team that they've proven that they literally is their kryptonite is the Kansas City Chiefs. If they can't represent, I'm not going to say if they can't win the Super Bowl because I think the Rams are really freaking good. But if you can't represent the AFC in the Super Bowl, I think this is a failure, and it's not going to be an easy path for them. What? They're the 7 seed currently?
6 seed.
Are they 6?
Yeah.
So 6 seed currently. No, I have them at 7.
They're 6.
Are they 7?
They're 6.
Okay, NFL website needs to get their
They're 6.
control. That's crazy.
You don't trust me anymore?
I don't trust them. But it's not going to be easy for them, but I think this is the year they have to. Yeah, I'm going to trust Josh Allen. I'm going to trust him. I'm going to say that if in big games, I go with the good quarterbacks, the best quarterback. So I still think Josh Allen is the best quarterback we'll see with, a healthy Lamar if he enters the conversation. I think it's up for debate. But at the moment, I think I trust Josh Allen too, and they need to. So I'm going to say my team is the Bills.
And to be fair to the Bills, they have gone to the AFC Championship game multiple times. They haven't gone to the Super Bowl, but they've gone multiple times. Kevin, where is he? Bring him back on. Kevin.
I'm here. I've been here.
It was the magical part here.
I thought the thing got angled out. Okay.
Yeah.
Kev, who's your favorite in the AFC?
I am going to go with New England. I think that they're going to get a lot healthier defensively with bringing back Milton Williams, who, people in New England have argued he's been their second best player this season. And obviously he was one of those guys that missed that Ravens game, and you certainly felt that when he wasn't out there for New England. But Robert Spillane's been really, really good for them this year. He's been injured. Harold Landry, who has been a really good pass rusher for them, he's been kind of banged up. I think for me, also, you got the 1-2 punch of Stevenson and Travion Henderson, Drake May obviously is playing at an incredible level. I think the thing that would worry me about them if I were a Patriots fan is I don't think they're very tested this year. They've played a very light schedule, and they're going to have to prove it. That's the biggest question for them, in my opinion. But I think that they have talent on all 3 levels of defense. I think, obviously, they've found ways. Stephon Diggs has been one of the best free agent acquisitions of the offseason, the way he's responded. And, they've just found ways to win these games. But again, you're not going to be able to play like the Jets or, whoever they've played, like the Dolphins twice. You're going to be playing big teams here. And so I understand the argument against them, but I think that for me, I trust New England's offense a lot more than I trust Denver's offense, who would be my second. And then I know we're not actually doing rankings, but Houston would be my third. I think Houston's really, really good.
So the Patriots, they've won their games. No doubt about it. Right now, as we speak, the Patriots have one win against the team with a winning record. Do I have that right?
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Against the Buffalo Bills on Sunday night. Now, the Ravens are 500. They can go over 500 with the victory. But I think, the interesting part here, none of you guys said Denver, and they very well are going to be the number 1 seed. I'm assuming the Chargers are going to rest their guys.
Yeah, they already said that.
And Bo Nix and the Broncos will be the number 1 seed. And I'll just say for that, you mentioned the Texans, Kev. I think Houston's defense is by far the best in the postseason. And if CJ Stroud can play solidly, I think Houston is the scariest team to face. I think Buffalo has the most to lose in the postseason. To your point, Zach, it has to be now. But I think Houston's defense that's a championship defense. And I actually hated the fact that the Ravens or Steelers, they got to face that team. I honestly think if the Ravens get in and they face Houston and beat Houston, I do think the Ravens are going to go to the Super Bowl. I think that the Ravens can go and beat New England. I think the Ravens can go and beat Denver. But Houston scares the absolute hell out of me because they actually believe they can win here in Baltimore. Why? They beat the shit out of Baltimore.
Yeah. My thing about the Broncos, J.K. Dobbins is their lead rusher, and he's not even anywhere close to 1,000 yards rushing this season. The run game for the Broncos has not been good. And we've seen historically, like, that doesn't get you deep in the playoffs. If you don't have a run game, if you can't set up a play action and you play elite defenses like Houston, it's going to be tough sledding trying to actually, go anywhere in the playoffs if you can't get that going. Plus, we've seen Bo Nix make his mistakes. They've won a lot of close games. What happens when you have to come from behind? And we just haven't seen that from Denver this year.
No, they've come from behind in the fourth, but it's been against any team. Like any team, and it's usually not a great team.
I mean, like when you're down double digits and your back's against the wall is what I'm saying.
But Bo Nix did that, but he didn't do it against the top dogs. They did it against the Giants.
The Giants, right.
They've done it against, I think they have the most comeback wins this year, if I'm not mistaken, because they fall behind and they battle back and they scratch and claw.
They rank 14th in points scored.
Right, because it's 3/4 of moo.
Yeah.
And then 1/4 of like, oh wow, this is what it could be.
20th in rushing yards in the league.
J.K. Dobbins, if he didn't get hurt, I think J.K. would have gotten to 1,000, but without him, that run game is not the same. So I'm with you there. It's going to be really interesting. I'm sure Rocco behind the scenes, his scariest team has got to be the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's where you're wrong.
With Mason Rudolph.
Buddy. Rudolph take another snap at quarterback for the Steelers. This show would it would be like,
you know what, Rock, the scariest team in the AFC is.
Dude, I want to say the Jags.
Yeah,
I want to say the Jags because they have a head coach that believes. They have a quarterback that is playing out of his mind right now, that had his ups and downs, that was this like highly touted prospect. We were hearing Andrew Luck comparisons to Trevor Lawrence when he was coming into the league. Like, this dude is going to be a stud. He's one of the smartest quarterbacks. And it's been a roller coaster ride. It's almost been like the Trevor Lawrence experience. But for like now, watching the Liam Cohen videos in the locker room after the games, you see the NFL post them. They have the energy. He's a player's coach. He's talking his talk to Robert Saleh after they played the Niners this year, like in his face. I don't feel like this is a team that's backing down from anybody. And anything can happen in the playoffs. Of course, we know that. But to me, I wouldn't want to face the Jags right now. And watch, they're going to lose in the first, like whoever they play. It's just going to beat the brakes off of them, and we're going to come back and clip this. But it's
clipped.
Exactly. But to me, that is a team that's playing with juice. It's a team that's playing with fire. They believe. And like everyone knocked Nick Sirianni when he did the whole like weirdo press conference in Philadelphia. Like he was the weird guy. They're like, this guy can't talk. He's fumbling over his words. Like what did Philly get themselves into? When Liam Cohen did that little Duval with the eyebrows, people were like, who is this weirdo the Jags are bringing in? Like, who is this guy? Like it's going to be like a dumpster fire this season. So to see him coach the way he has, take over this team and just like unlock Trevor Lawrence's potential. Like this is a team that could really do a lot of damage in the postseason, I think.
They got the least like they're playing with house money. No one thought they were going to be this good.
Nope.
The Pats did, but now like the people believe the Pats should win now. Like Kevin loves the Pats, right? The Jags are still kind of that team where it's like, oh, it's a great story. People still are waiting if Trevor Lawrence turns back into a pumpkin. Like they're excited. If you start him in fantasy, you're like, dude, I just won my league because Trevor Lawrence has like 15 touchdowns in 3 weeks. It's electric. You know, you should have started him, Rock, instead of Josh Allen.
But let's not talk about fantasy right now. I need a generational game from Puka, and I need Colby Parkinson to do a lot of work, and then I need Drake London to just maybe like he can have one catch for like -2 yards, and I'll be happy, and then I can win my championship. But if that doesn't happen, Rip, I'm screwed like everybody else.
You actually are in a tough position now, not like last week where you had Puka Nacua have a generational game.
Yep. He set the tone early. Like now I need
you
him
still thought you were going to lose. I want to put that on the record here.
Dude, well, I do this thing. It's called the reverse jinx method.
I freaking hate it.
My friends cannot stand me. If you saw our fantasy football group chat, much like in here, everyone hates me. I don't know what I do to people to have everyone hate me. I feel like I'm a stand-up guy. I'm nice to everybody. Kevin, your hair looks great. Wired headphones look fantastic.
Thank you. I know your opinion now on them based off those comments. So
I do know that you have a hard time calling people that by their actual name. I do know that. Could be a reason why people would hate you. Just
we're done. We put that to bed. It's done. That'll never.
You asked for reasons. You asked for reasons.
You've said buddy to each person, I think, on the show today.
Yeah.
Listen, buddy.
Everyone's my buddy. Everyone's my guy.
Okay. Is there a different poll? What's one of the more insulting phrases you can do to somebody, or what
I actually got
you?
A good one.
You got a good one. What do you got?
So the second one that I have today is regifting a gift, no matter who it's from, acceptable behavior? Yes or no? And it's actually very split on the poll today.
Is regifting a gift acceptable behavior?
No matter who it's from. If your mom gave you a gift that you hate, but you're like, you know what? I know somebody who could use this, and you regift it.
I just take the L, dude. I just take the L. Like that's like I've never. The only time I regifted a gift was when I bought a gift at a silent auction, and I came to find out like 2 seconds later that we had just gotten rid of that thing in the house. I brought it back in, and then I brought it to a white elephant, Pollyanna, whatever you call those things nowadays, and it's a good gift. That's it.
So, okay.
Yeah, I generally don't regift stuff. I mean,
I don't either.
No.
Yeah.
So Rocco's
if you got
the
a
only
brand
one.
new in the box and it's like a double, something you got a double of, or whatever, like or if it's just like
double, yeah, maybe.
If it's a shirt that you don't like or something like that.
I would only do it if I have excess, like it's double or triple of the thing. But I would
if it's
not
like an air fryer and I already got an air fryer, like then it's one thing.
Or like that's like hopefully there's a return receipt on that or something.
Yeah, when are you getting a air
like
fryer?
give me some cash.
Yeah, get that gift receipt and I'm set, you know.
Of the examples right there, air fryer. Oh, thank you. So I already have one
just from the top of the dome.
Must be nice, Zach.
I think everyone here should give Zach an air fryer for his birthday.
We're gonna have to
get him 4 air fryers.
A lot.
Yeah,
air fryer costs
like $200.
I just bought.
Yeah, looking right now in Williams Sonoma. There's one.
Well, Williams Sonoma, that's $500.
We got the Ninja air fryer.
Yeah, Ninja's good.
It's great. Just air fried buffalo chicken tenders yesterday. They were phenomenal.
Nice.
Cutting season, Rip.
I sent you a photo of what we can aspire to in 2026.
I have been struggling every day, but trying to my best to just delete that photo from existence, but it just sits there.
Santa Claus right there. I sent Rocco a photo of what he can aspire to be in 2026 physically.
Okay.
Was not a good photo?
It was.
I'm scared right now.
Kevin, you should be.
You know those little time hop things, like the app that sends you photos from 10 years ago. I got one of those from 9 years ago. Your boy was fucking ripped. Abs, everything. And
Damn.
9 years, the 40 pounds shows up out of nowhere.
Catches up. Hey, I think this is the year for the Ryan Ripken Show 2026. We just get ripped with Rip.
I like it. I'm here for it. 100 Sweaty Days comes up January 15th.
Hey, we're just gonna have sweaty days.
Rip's gonna participate in 100 Sweaty Nightmares.
hey, I thought it was a great
He's a
photo.
sick man. He needs help.
Deny that. You can't even deny that.
Oh God.
Hey, is there baseball to talk about?
We do have baseball to talk about, but Rocco's been getting on me about, like, I've been getting up in the morning, I'm working out hard, and then he sends me an Instagram reel of saying, like, this is me, and it's like, hi, I have the worst diet of all time.
Yep,
it's
well, I don't know if his legs can hold up his body yet.
Yeah,
damn,
never leg day.
Jesus.
Wow.
I'm still your buddy, Rocco. Just wanna.
No, you know what? I'll figure out another.
Hey, you ever seen that?
Knuckles.
It's like one of the first
It's gonna be the correct name.
viral videos on YouTube. Is the My New Haircut guy? Like before the Jersey Shore came out. Rocco's the new haircut guy.
Jaeger bombs.
Yes.
Jaeger bombs.
Yes, that's him.
Hey, Rock, you look good. Hey, you can do the high rocks with me.
I don't, dude. I've seen videos, and that just looks like
zone.
That could be him.
That's definitely it.
I think that Rocco, you should do the polar plunge.
That I'd rather do than the high rocks, honestly.
So you want to get ripped in 2026, but you're going to go away from a challenge? Is it because it's hard? Hey, wait, time out, Rock. Do you run away from things that are hard in life?
Yes. Like, why was that even a question, Rip? You know exactly what he was going to say.
I appreciate the honesty, though.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Unbelievable. When it gets hard and it gets rough, too damn bad. You ever seen Holes there, Rock?
Yes, I've seen Holes. You should ask Kevin or Zach if they've seen Holes.
I have. You know what comes before that? I'm tired of this. I know.
Good job, Kevin.
Thank you.
You're a Holes expert, Kevin.
But Rocco, that's what it is right there. When things get tough, I don't want to hear, I'm tired of this, Ryan. Well, that's too damn bad. You're going to keep working.
I don't think I've ever called you Ryan in my life.
Yeah, you call me buddy, pal.
Friend.
No, he's never said friend.
No. We could talk baseball tomorrow.
Yeah, let's talk baseball here.
Well, I mean, we're almost at time, but whatever.
I know that's why we got to get it out of the way. We do need to get Zach's pick. It's great having the full house. Gets a little out of control here.
It's not my fault this time.
No,
it's not. It's not. It's not yours. All right. Should we have Zach's pick and then baseball, or baseball then pick?
Brad just said no baseball.
Baseball then pick.
Baseball then pick.
Jesus Christ.
Okay,
it's becoming your. Oh, hell. Okay. Hey.
That one was on purpose, though. Hey.
All right. Well, here's the deal. Our little baseball move here, since we've been going around Maryland here. We went to the Ravens. That's the big storyline around Baltimore. But there is a different storyline here going around Maryland, brought to you by our friends over at Next Move Charm City. And if you, I have the damn glasses, but if you are looking to make your next move with Next Move Charm City. Shout out Shannon, Brett, and the Belanger team at Lone Depot. If you're looking for city, suburbs, or shore, make the right move. with Next Move Charm City. You like that, Zach?
Love it.
Love it. Well, I know a lot of Orioles fans would love another move. Zach Eflin just signed with the Birds. I think it's a great move to come back. The upside, the amount of money, it makes sense. And in baseball, you need pitching depth and more pitching depth. You saw it last year. You need it. But now everyone's wondering when the next move is going to be. And actually, when's the next big move going to be? Not just with the Orioles. Look around Major League Baseball. There's still a lot of great pitchers on the market. But you wonder, are they all waiting for one specific player to make his choice? Well, I think we'll have to know by Friday, or he's not going to be pitching in the major leagues, and that's Jaime. Yeah. The post date, correct me if I'm wrong here, Zach. It's January 2nd is the deadline.
Yes, at 5 p.m. Friday at 5 p.m.
And who is Jaime for the people who don't know?
So Jaime is the top Japanese pitcher that's on the market.
27 years old, 1.92 ERA over 163 and 2/3 this season in the NPB.
So the NPB is the professional ranks, the highest league over in Japan. He was posted, deadlines on Friday for him to sign with the team. And if not, he's not playing in the U.S. this year. But some value him as one of the top options. But you just mentioned being 27 years old, having a dominant run there over in Japan. What is his value going to be? And you're wondering here, or at least I'm wondering, because the market got reset with Dylan Cease getting 7 years. Then Michael King signs this 3-year deal. But what do you do about a Japanese pitcher that you believe could be going into his prime? Or do you believe that he's got more to prove because then you're coming to the big leagues in Major League Baseball? That's the best league in the world. But something's got to give here, Brad, because the New York Yankees haven't made any big moves.
I know.
The Red Sox have, the Orioles, obviously, the Blue Jays, but around baseball. And the Yankees, Zach, correct me if I'm wrong, they were linked to Jaime, but right now, does that seem like it's becoming less and less of an opportunity?
Yeah, so for a while we kind of heard like that they were an obvious suitor for Jaime, and then I believe it was Jack Curry for, I believe, Yes Network put out last Friday, I believe, that he doesn't believe that there's really much of a connection between the Yankees and Jaime, which is rather disappointing if you're a Yankee fan. I feel like that was a guy that they kind of felt like he's the guy to go get to add to this rotation. But the fallout from this is going to be big because we've talked about it before on this show. Dylan Cease contract, 7 years, 210, a lot of money, a lot of years. And right now, all the top guys are going, I want 7 years. If he got 7 years, why can't I get 7 years? Michael King gets 3. It brings the market a little bit down. It brings it down a little bit more, at least year-wise. I think if he's able to get that 3 to 4 year contract, I think it brings it all back to more reality. Because I think these guys end up with 4 or 5 year deals. You know, I'm talking about Ranger Suarez, talking about Framber Valdez. Zach Gallen will be interesting to see if he maybe goes shorter years, more AAV to get a second chance. But I do think there is a lot to come from this decision and how this contract looks.
Yeah, I think it's fascinating that just like we've seen recently, that this has been one of the most dormant times of the offseason. But for Jaime specifically, there's a chance that the market just isn't as hot as he was hoping for. I mean, look, guys, if you're a MLB team and you are so adamant about what he can be, we've seen it in the past. They're going to offer the money. You know who they did that to? They did it to the World Series MVP, Yamamoto.
Yeah.
Dodgers gave him the goods. But there's hesitancy with Jaime. So I think there's going to have to be some creativity. And I don't think teams want to commit to a 5, 6, 7 year deal. I think a 3 to 4 year deal. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see maybe an opt-out in that if they can't get to a number. But I'm having a hard time seeing him get more than 25, 30 million. And I'm hearing what you're saying, Zach, about the Yankees. I still think that's not off the table. I don't either. I think the Giants wouldn't be off the table in the National League. And I'm never going to sleep on the Padres. AJ Preller is just scheming. Always. I know they're saying we're unloading money. That's still going to be on the table for me. But I don't see it in Baltimore. I think with Zach Eflin coming back, that's off the table. But I don't think it's off the table that the Orioles go for one of the other big names. I still think that Ranger Suarez can be a Baltimore Oriole. And I'll tell you what, guys, I'm not going to sleep now on Zach Gallen possibly being in the mix. But I do think Ranger Suarez is still there. But I think they're all waiting for Jaime to make this choice. And we'll find out here on Friday. And I also – what?
It's at 5 p.m.
5 p.m. Set the dials.
That's going to be – I'm intrigued to see when he signs, genuinely. I think it's going to be a buzzer beater. Like, it'll be Friday morning, maybe Thursday afternoon.
Or maybe he goes back.
That would be crazy.
I would be shocked if he goes back. But I do still think the New York Yankees are not out on him. And for the Baltimore Orioles, though, I don't think that they are in on Jaime. But I do believe the Orioles are still in on one big pitcher. Don't let the Zach Eflin move deter you. The Orioles still got something up their sleeve here. But it all depends on when this Jaime deal concludes. We'll have our answer here in just a few days. And if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Ryan Ripken Show. Do this live right here on YouTube, Facebook, and X. And that's really the only baseball news. It's dormant right now, guys. Bellinger's team wants Tucker's team to sign first, and vice versa. And then the pitchers want Jaime to sign, and then that's going to start the avalanche of guys. Like, it was really fun a few weeks ago.
It was. Everything was coming off the board. It's not anymore. Now we're in that actual, like, God, this sucks part of baseball offseason.
Yeah. But the crazy thing is, New Year's is in a few days. Spring training is 2.5 months away. World Baseball Classic is almost 3.5 months away.
That's
three months.
That's good. I'm so excited for the Baseball Classic.
Maybe we need to get the WBC rocking and rolling here. Hum now. A little table for humming up. You're a good kid. I don't care what they say about you, Zach. Shall we get to our pick, Brad?
Yes.
So why don't we take a quick trip up to our friends at Hollywood Casino and Charlestown Races in West Virginia. Really good. Kind of.
I caught them off guard so bad.
Yeah, they were sleeping back there. Is Rocco wearing a quarter zip? Is Kevin wearing a quarter zip?
It looks like it. Yeah.
Wait.
He's and nothing else. And nothing else.
Wow.
All right. So
gracious.
Every
Zach,
time I'm watching the Rams play ball, I'm always like, holy shit. Nice run, Kyron. Wait, it's not Kyron. That's Blake Corum. So tonight we're going Blake Corum over 45.5 rushing yards. I think they're going to have more and more of a rotation. I really like Blake Corum. I think this is a good matchup for him against the Falcons. They pretty much switch him off every other drive at this point. So he's been one of the hot hands recently. I'm really all in on Blake Corum. I think that they're going to give a pretty 50-50 split, and we're gonna go from there. So Blake Corum over 45.5 yards. Let's lock it in.
Lock it in right there. And if you want to tail Zach right there, 45.5 yards. Blake Corum has gone over that number in 4 straight games.
Yeah, 48, 71, 128, and 81.
How about that right there? Well, and we appreciate our friends up at Hollywood Casino and Charlestown Races. We'll be there, I think, right as the March Madness is getting going, as we'll be rounding up here. Oh. We appreciate them. We've had a lot of great moments up there, a lot of laughs, a lot of love for our short friends, Kevin and Rocco. A good timing on that.
So they pay me the big bucks.
So they pay you the big bucks right there. We appreciate our friends at Hollywood Casino Charlestown Races in West Virginia. These kids, I mean,
the lip syncing is off the charts.
It's really good. It's really good. I think we got it all covered for today, guys. Am I missing anything? Thoughts? Brady Bunch, you guys got anything?
No. I'm in the middle, so I can do the usher. Rocco's just muted in general, so
I'd really like a Ryan Ripken show prayer circle for Puka Nacua tonight, please.
How many points do you need? What is the?
If there's a guy to need that kind of.
Yeah, are you down by like 40? Like you need another like 45-point game?
Down in the championship, 148 to 116. I'm projected 149. My opponent, who's the devil, projected 164.
Whoa.
What's he have?
He has 148.
Oh, he has Drake London.
Drake London.
Yes. And I have Puka and Colby Parkinson. So I need a lot of help tonight, guys.
You need Kyle Pitts to have another 40-point game and Drake London get nothing.
No, I need Puka Nacua to have another 40
Well,
point game.
that would mean Drake London would get nothing.
Yes.
See,
Puka and Parkinson, the killer peas.
Falcons defense is not good.
I like that.
That was good, Rocco.
That was a good one.
That's a good one.
I could have called them peas. Never mind.
And he took it too far.
Okay.
And you're canceled.
And
And
it's
you're
ruined.
canceled.
It's right. Ollie,
Moment over.
Ollie's not happy about it.
Um,
Come here, buddy. All right. Brad, final thoughts?
Oh, regifting's okay.
I think within reason, yeah. I think it is.
And New Year's Eve is overrated.
That I agree with right now. There's nothing that I want to do less than stay up till midnight this year and celebrate the ball dropping. I want to be in bed by 10, maybe 10:30.
I like how you guys say this one. None of you are in bed by midnight.
I have no desire.
I'm not saying anything.
To be fair, Kevin didn't say anything.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything.
Rocco's not only telling us one thing, he's showing us something.
Yeah.
Like, listen, the last thing I want to do is go to New York City and wear a diaper because you have to sit in line. And have you heard that? Have you heard that?
Oh, I mean, the thing is,
talking there, or?
Most people aren't going to New York City.
Just going to a bar.
Well, I'm just saying, like, that's
Wait,
like
are you going to New York City?
in general, like when you're talking about
Not
it.
on
Like
New Year's Day.
when I was a kid, I always wanted to go to New York City for New Year's Eve. Now I have no desire. Used to want to go to the bar all the time and pay like the outrageous cover. Now I don't care. I'm a loser in a quarter zip. Here we are. I'll be in bed by 9.
And nothing else.
Yep.
Just a
No
quarter.
bottoms either.
Yeah, little do you guys
Don't
know.
stand up.
I
Do
don't
not,
know.
do not stand up.
Donald Duck in a quarter zip.
Winnie the Pooh, baby.
Can you imagine right now Rocco's talking to us and imagine there's another camera on him zooming out and it's just
You guys dare me to go turn the lights off back there?
what?
No.
Oh. Yeah, go to the fridge. Get a beer.
Oh, goodness gracious. All right, cue the music. Cue it. As always, here on the Ryan Ripken Show, we appreciate each and every one of you. Have a day, have a night, have a great rest of your Monday, and come back and join us on Tuesday. Maybe we'll have some more news, or maybe we won't, but come back for a good time. Appreciate you guys. Be good, be safe. Good night.